Hi, this is Kimberly Miller with the Palm Beach Post. I'm just going to give you a quick update on what's going on with our tropical wave. We are more out of the woods than we were yesterday. As you can see, this is the 8 a.m. update. It's still 60% chance of development over 5 days, but we're pretty much out of the cone of development here. This is where the storm could develop, not necessarily track. The tracks, though, do have us more out of the woods, too. It's going underneath of South Florida, through the Florida Straits, and into the Panhandle. What it's going to be then, we're not sure. That's why they still have it at a 60% chance of development. For the weekend, we can expect a lot of rain. In fact, the Weather Prediction Center has us under a marginal threat for flash flooding and excessive rain. That's going to begin Saturday night, late Saturday night, early Sunday morning, and possibly continue through Tuesday. And this is all from this tropical system. It spins counterclockwise, and it's going to be sucking up all of that tropical air and pushing it up into South Florida into Palm Beach County. Here's some of the totals that the National Weather Service are saying we can look for. This is over a 5-day period, and this is an average. So that means that, you know, individual areas can get a lot more. And if it gets like 6 inches in a half an hour, you can expect some possible street flooding. So here's our Storm 2016 page, and again, I wanted to just talk a little bit about why this system was so hard to forecast. And if you read my blog yesterday, some of the Hurricane Center experts were saying it was giving them gray hair and indigestion because it was so hard. And it's because it was such a weak system. When it's so weak, it's hard to tell where it's going to go. And what it did, it ended up getting picked up by some low-level easterly winds that pushed it this way, but it also got cut in half by wind shear that they weren't really expecting to last that long. Now, one thing, the National Weather Service, until yesterday morning in Miami, was still saying we could be expecting a possible hurricane. And one reason that they do that is because the National Hurricane Center is kind of hamstrung in the fact that they're not allowed to call it a tropical cyclone and put up watches and warnings until it actually is a tropical cyclone, which means a closed low. Closed center. And so the National Weather Service in Miami was concerned that if they couldn't call it until it was right over these warm waters of the Bahamas, that we might be caught off guard. And that did happen with Tropical Storm Bill last year, if you remember. It did not form into a tropical cyclone until it was right off the coast of Texas. And so the Hurricane Center couldn't call it a tropical cyclone and put up the watches and warnings until 10 hours before it made landfall. That's just one of the reasons why the media was reporting that this, was a possibility. Keep your eyes open and just be aware. This is Kimberly Miller with the Palm Beach Post. That's your forecast for the weekend. If you have any questions, feel free.